This episode of Gamebreaker is brought to you by Elder Scrolls Online. To receive 20% off on your order, just go to offergb.com/ES. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamebreaker, episode 11 for April 3rd, 2014. This is the show where we count down the top stories on the Gamebreaker.tv website. Joining me this week is Mr. Pat Crane. How are you, sir? I haven't been around in a while.
I'm just kind of grooving at the music, man.
It's a good track,
just kind of
right?
having a good time. I love it.
Yeah,
this track is awesome.
It's a good one.
It's head bobbing. It's head bobbing music, is what it is.
It is. Sorry, I'm getting lower thirds. There we go. Good. All right, it's been a while. I've been off a couple weeks, but I'm back. Big Mr. Magic Man, Michael Byrne, holding it down for a while, and you guys missed a game break. Did you miss a game break?
Well, yes, I think we missed one.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome back.
That's right.
So yes, this is the show where we talk about the top stories on Gamebreaker.tv. I've been away. I think some of these might be a little bit older. Maybe it's 2 weeks worth. I don't know. I just, had to wade through all the hot chicks.
We'll throw them up here and then see what sticks, right?
We'll just talk about stuff. First off, the big launch today. Elder Scrolls Online launched today.
Yeah.
Wow, that seemed like that just exuded like
It's a little tiny. No, it's a little tiny game. It's a little indie game. It's
a little indie. Yeah. A little indie.
I don't know if you've heard about that.
Never heard of the Elder Scrolls. No, I haven't.
No.
I've been playing a ton of it. Of it. Oh yeah. I'm like I'm rejuvenated for the MMO genre by it. Like I'm really like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm really
good.
Good. I'm a story guy. Like I'm not a click through quest kind of guy. Like, and I'm not like trying to rush to like any kind of end game. Like I'm a big RPG fan. I like single player RPGs. I take my time. I just like to absorb it in. Okay. I think they did some really interesting things with the game.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I played it in beta for a little bit, and it was fun. I mean, it was interesting. I'm a World of Warcraft guy though, so I've made my camp over there. It's kind of difficult to say, you know what, World of Warcraft, I'm going to go invest into a different MMO and spend even more time. Too. Yeah.
What are you guys up to now? What's your guild count?
Our guild count, oh my gosh, we have
roughly
over 8,000 characters in our guild right now, in the Convert to Raid guild. It's so incredible. I cannot even tell you. We hit the 8,000 mark. I think it was like a few weeks ago, after the boosted 90s, and it's just been so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, we have like 10 co-guilds now, because you can only have like 1,000 people or 1,000 characters in any guild. So we have 10 co-guilds, and I can only have. Do you do the cross gaming thing
at all? Do you see any of the players? Is it just World of Warcraft, or any of the people like going over and trying some ESO?
We don't. As far as what we do, since it's the Convert to Raid guild, we are gonna be sticking with WoW, because we think that that's a really the game where everybody can play and join and play together, which is great. Now, if people want to go and start other communities elsewhere, Diablo or whatever, ESO, that's fine. And they can bring in their raid teams. I mean, we have like something crazy like 100 raid teams in the Convert to Raid guilds. So all these different raid teams have their own teams going in other games and stuff like that. So it's just a really great way to meet people, play together in WoW, and then go and meet them up in other games as you can.
Well, we don't have 8,000 characters, but the Gamebreaker Nation is growing. If you guys want to
work
across, we have a cross. I think I don't even know what the count is. So I just got back. I've been really busy, but I think it was like 150 people maybe in the Elder Scrolls Guild, something like that. About 150.
Cool.
So not 8,000, but it's 150.
Well, it's new.
It is new. It's just launched today.
Brand new. So yeah.
So I guess if you guys are looking for a cross gaming guild, you want to join an ESO guild, go to GameBreakerNation.com, and there's a little apply button right there. It's easy to apply to the guild and get into the Elder Scrolls Guild or any of the other games that we support. So we support all games, not unlike these guys who just support the World of Warcraft.
We support all games. It's just not directly.
Just none of them. We support all of them. Just none of them.
Just none of them. Right.
What kind of player are you though? Because our #1 story this week is players hit level 50 in Elder Scrolls Online in under 24 hours. So max level in under 24 hours, which doesn't surprise me.
No.
Some people are calling exploit. I'm seeing a lot more of that he was possibly AoE farming mobs. He didn't do any quests, like whatever method you want to choose. But are you that kind of a player? Like I get maybe for the internet fame and like the us talking about the story and being on Twitch to do it and be the first. I guess I can see that, but I am so not that kind of gamer. Like I said, I'm taking my time. Well, I'm playing slow. I'm listening to the quests. I'm old.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. It's like I've got other shit to do. Really, come on. So I can do that like at the beginning of an expansion for World of Warcraft. I need to get my characters up quickly so that I can get into raiding, which is what I do, right? So in the first week or so, I get up to the next, level cap, whatever that may be. But it's not, going from 0 to level cap in 24 hours. I mean, that is a little insane. I mean, I think we saw the same thing with Titanfall, where a guy got to max level in I think like 3 or 4 days, but that's like tons of levels for Titanfall. And you see it happen every time that a game is released. Oh, I'm gonna be the first one, and then I can sleep
or quit. One or the other.
Or quit. Yeah, exactly.
I can understand it in some games like Titanfall and things like that. I don't fully. I mean, like I said, I get it. We're doing the story on it, and I get it. But I just, I don't understand why people aren't enjoying. Why you wouldn't want to just enjoy the game. So under 24 hours, I don't know. Do you consider that an exploit when people do things like that and find these like maximum ways of leveling and getting XP? Because basically, just standing and AOEing mobs to get XP.
Yeah. It's sometimes. I mean, sometimes they're doing it. It seems like for the wrong reasons, or they just want to claim to be the first, and we've seen this with World of Warcraft too, where you have teams of people helping one guy, right? Just be able to get to max level right away, while these other guys are never going to make that kind of leveling experience happen for themselves. So I don't know. I just kind of think that it's all kind of a joke anyway. So. Have fun with that 50.
We did the story.
Everybody else will catch up to you in like, I don't know, a month.
Yeah, or you'll be done by then.
Right,
my only advice, I'm sure we're going to talk a lot more about Elder Scrolls tomorrow on This Week in MMO with Mike Burr. We do that show live on Fridays at 3, so come on over for that. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about Elder Scrolls Online since now that it's officially launched today. But my advice for people out there who and I've had this conversation with a few people who have tried ESO and maybe didn't kind of resonate the first time around. And when I asked them a few questions, the one thing I found was that most players were trying to play the game kind of quickly and click through quests like you're used to. And that's kind of a big thing. And I gotta say, in World of Warcraft, things like that, a lot of players do that. And I said, do me a favor, just try and play the game, actually listen to the quests, read something. And almost every single person turned around and said, wow, I'm kind of absorbed into the game. And I'm not really caring so much about the levels and the grinding, I'm not really worried about it. I'm kind of more about the story.
I try to do that when I can, that's for sure. And usually, after I get my first tune up to level cap or whatever, then I'll go back and I'll actually try to figure it out a little bit more. And I know that seems like a really backwards way to do it, but I've got things to do. With that one guy, I've got things to do. The rest of them, they can all take their time. They can all kind of go different ways, try to explore the world a little bit more, try to explore these different storylines and figure out kind of who some of these major characters are. And especially with something so new, I mean, with ESO just launching, you'd think that people would want to get more absorbed into the world and care less about actually doing something at endgame.
And that's kind of what the Elder Scrolls are all about. I mean, that's really it's a thing. Right. But I know going into the MMO genre, whatever. I have 2 tips. I have play slow and play in first person. Yep, I do that as well. All right, let's move on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nice. I play the whole game in first person, except when there's big, huge boss mobs that you can't see. I'll use third person. I don't know. Something about first person. I just like it. I don't know. Give it a shot. I know people think I'm crazy. Like, oh my god, don't do it. Try it. Not in PvP. I wouldn't do it in PvP. So I do third for that. But check it out. I don't know. I like it. All right, let's talk about something a little bit more your speed. This is either going to go over well or completely. I'm just going to get death threats, and it's going to go over really bad. The next popular story.
It's all very cheeky. It's all very cheeky.
The next most popular story on Gamebreaker was 9 reasons why World of Warcraft players who boost to level 90 are better than you.
Yes.
Sorry, that wasn't a joke, but there's laughter already.
Nice laugh track.
There's laughing already, and I haven't even told the joke. All right, coming in at number 1. They have more money than you and are likely more attractive.
It's not that funny.
Is this true, Pat Crane?
Yes, obviously. They definitely are better looking than you and me, because I didn't actually pay for a 90 yet.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I bought Warlords of Draenor, but
so you kind of
and I got a free one. I got a free one, but I'm gonna buy the expansion no matter what. So I mean,
you're probably gonna buy another one though, most likely.
I don't know. That's debatable.
Yeah,
it's debatable.
You are. I know, because this number 2 right here. Number 2 is all about the Pat Crane right here, and Pat Crane has more important things to do than leveling, so they're more interesting people. And you fall into that category.
As was said in the ESO story, yes, I have stuff to do.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm guaranteed you're going to be purchasing one right there. So.
All right.
Is this really for the people that have more of less time? I guess it is for. All right, coming in at number 3.
Yeah.
Their computers are better than yours, and they even have Windows 8. Do I have crickets? I don't have any crickets. I don't have crickets.
No.
That's not that funny. That's not that funny. But this GIF of Bill Gates jumping over a chair is.
I like it.
Yeah, I think
the GIF is good.
The GIF is good. Why would he do that? Like, I don't even.
Just to prove that he is an idiot, just like everybody else.
He's happy about Windows 8, apparently. Sorry, that's taken like 1979.
That's why he's jumping over a chair, because of Windows 8.
Coming in at number 4, they had a better education than you and don't need to find the best build online. This is true. They don't need to look for a build. They just level to 90.
This is a really long bit, Gary. I don't know.
You want to play?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end.
All right, let's see. They have more raid awareness because they watch Netflix. But yeah, I don't know about that one. The dog.
Yeah.
This GIF is funny. Let's watch this GIF.
Oh, okay.
The GIF is funny.
Where's the GIF?
It's funny because of the GIF.
Give me the GIF. I can't see it.
Remember,
all I can see is me.
Okay, get the hell out of here. I'm not going through all these things. 9 reasons. Caused a ton of internet rage. Everybody just rage. Oh my God, you guys are just alienating your audience and blah, 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 blah. Laugh.
It's a joke, everybody.
Look at this kid. Remember this kid? This was
fake.
This?
I remember that kid.
It was funny, but it was fake.
It's still funny.
It's still funny.
That kid was hilarious.
I got to just look through the rest of these GIFs because they're funnier than the titles.
Yeah, they really are.
As much as you complain about them, you'll bring them along because you need a leader. That's a cat leading sheep, by the way. That's a cat leading sheep.
Right.
See, that's kind of funny.
I like it.
And coming in at number 9, it isn't really that hard to play World of Warcraft to begin with, so stop kidding yourselves.
Wow, we made it through the bit, Gary.
I knew I would make it. See, that was
it was the gifts. It was the you found the hook.
I acted like we were gonna divert and we were gonna just like go off of it. And I pulled it back and we did 3 more, and then before you knew it, we were done.
You found the hook with the gifts. That was nice. That was good. that gift kind of, I don't know, that disturbs me. Don't like.
All right, coming in up next on the Gamebreaker.tv, Titanfall won't ban you for cheating, but they'll make you wish you had. This is an interesting story, so tell me a little bit about it. Do you know about this?
A little bit. I mean, I do play Titanfall. I do not cheat, so I don't know exactly what they're talking about. But apparently, if you are a cheater and they find that you have been cheating, then you will be banned from Titanfall.
Well, they put you all on the same server. They
which means,
yeah,
exactly.
You can play, but they just put you with all the cheaters.
Right. So they put you with all the other cheaters ever onto one server. You can still play, but you're playing with other cheaters. They're like, okay, you want to cheat? Okay, go ahead. Cheat here. Everybody cheat here.
I sort of feel like this is kind of brilliant, right? Because it's like, oh, they're not stopping these people from playing the game. They're like, okay, go ahead and play. But they're sort of telling you, like, you're not really getting anything over on anybody else. And if all you guys just want to all cheat, then just go ahead and play in this playground and just cheat all day long. Do whatever you want. Just do whatever you're gonna do. Hack the shit out of it. Aimbot, whatever you're gonna do.
I would also probably freeze their levels, but that would just be for whatever, just as like an added, but we're not gonna give you levels. You can still play. Don't worry about it. But you won't get levels anymore.
There's actually an interesting science to this, and this actually is kind of funny because I had a conversation with somebody at GDC who I can't remember his name at this point, but he actually was an engineer who and his focus and his expertise was in exactly something like this, figuring out how to psychologically sort of alienate cheaters and people who do bad behavior on the internet or specifically in games. With incentivizing them to actually want to get back into the good standing. So they talked about certain things, like he talked about certain things like, in a chat room or something, if you do certain things wrong, you would be sort of like de-leveled for chat. And you would be sort of told, like, people aren't seeing your chat. So you're being a D-bag, but nobody can hear you. So it doesn't really matter that you're being a douchebag. I thought it was really interesting that there's like a whole science behind, trying to like not just ban people. Like they don't want to literally just like cut off their account and get rid of these people at this point. They're starting now to try and figure out ways to, not incentivize them to be good people. I mean, you saw League of Legends and Riot sort of did certain things with it was the tribunal system and things like that. Now you're seeing like this, like, okay, go play in your sandbox. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting way to look at it instead of just cutting off accounts. It's
kind of like a timeout a little bit. Right. I mean, but you can still play. So it's not a total timeout. It's just you go over here, you play with your little friends, you get it out of your system, and then you come back when you're ready. How's that? And then you stop cheating. Otherwise, you'll go back.
The internet needs a timeout once in a while. The internet needs a timeout. You got to put the internet in the corner.
I think the internet needs a timeout like every second.
Yeah.
Somebody does.
Every time there's a tweet.
Right. Anytime anybody ever says OMG, just automatic timeout for the internet.
Really? I kind of say OMG.
No. I say it a lot, too.
Yeah, me too.
I say it a lot. It's okay.
All right, let's take a second to talk about our sponsors, Audible. If you guys have not checked out Audible, I want to hook you up with a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. All you have to do is go to audible.com/gamebreaker. That's the URL you're going to want to use. If you guys check it out, it's audiobooks on your iOS device, your Android device, your Kindle, whatever you got. They've got an app for it. You download the app, you stick it on your device. You're going to get a free audiobook just by going to that URL. And they've got tons of stuff. Tons of World of Warcraft stuff, Star Wars books, Game of Thrones, all kinds of cool geek stuff, sci-fi, high fantasy. We were just talking about Dawn of the Aspects on the Legendary the World of Warcraft show before this. We're getting into this. Let's pick up where we left off.
It's dramatic.
I know. I can pick up right where we left off.
In that gray and lifeless future, even the timeless one would meet his end. That, at least, was what he believed. Ages ago, when the Titan Aman'Thul had imbued him with his mastery over time, Nozdormu had also gained knowledge of his own demise.
Right. Dramatic.
That's cool. You can download Dawn of the Aspects for free just by signing up today. Just go to audible.com/gamebreaker. Like I said, just go over there, make an account absolutely free. Pick one free audiobook just for signing up with that URL, and check out World of Warcraft Dawn of the Aspects. And there's like 3 or 4 other World of Warcraft books on there as well. So check it out. Tons of great stuff on there. Love it. All right, next up, Electronic Arts. The internet, the gamers, they don't really love the Electronic Arts. I don't know how many years they've won. They've won they've had the title of worst company in America. How many years that? Do you know?
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
For sure.
They were dethroned. EA loses the title of worst company in America this year. Congrats to them. Yep. Can we just get a little golf clap? EA, not the most hated. Taken by who took the throne, the one, the only, Time Warner Cable. Warner Cable, now the most hated company on the internet.
Well, it's still going on, right? I mean, the bracket is still going on. That's what it looks like.
Oh, is it? I wasn't even sure.
I think that, but they beat EA. EA is now out, so they cannot win. Time Warner is still in the running, and we have like lots of other companies that are still out there McDonald's has moved up to the next level, so look out. They beat Target, which is great. Comcast still they moved up.
That's a
so maybe it'll
McDonald's,
be Comcast and Time Warner. That would be a great fight to see.
Oh, wouldn't that be a good one? Why do people hate the EA so much? Do you hate the EA? Do you fall into that?
Well, after what was it? Battlefield 4,
SimCity.
Like all their releases, it's just been disastrous. So I can kind of understand it. They just go, you know what? It's close enough to put up, right? It's close enough. This is what we're doing now?
This is a game, right? This is a game,
right? This is a game, and it's ready to go. Kinda.
Are there more zeros and ones that we could burn on a disc? We could send it. Yeah, we can send it. Okay.
We've hyped this game up, right? Okay, then we can make money off of it. Let's just do it. It's kind of like a car company sending out a car with just like 4 tires on it, and just like, here you go, here's your car. This is 4 tires. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, push it.
Go.
It's gonna be interesting to see. So they've EA has changed a lot of their like upper management and stuff. So it's gonna. I hope maybe this is the first sign that they've been, you know, they're not going to be the worst company in America. So
one can hope.
They're turning around. I feel like they're going to turn around. They're going to go back to the gamer. They need to focus back on the gamer.
Let's hope so.
I know gamers are hoping so. All right, the next thing. I thought this would have been higher on the list actually for the week. This comes in at what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth story.
It's big news.
It was, but I think it was because this was everywhere. Everyone was talking about this while I was away. Yep, Facebook buys the Oculus Rift for $2 billion. That's right.
$2 billion.
The virtual reality company Oculus VR gets purchased by Facebook. I mean, what is your take on the buy?
Well, my first take was I already like Oculus, but now do I have to like it? You know, do I have to like it? See, that was my first take. Thank you very much. I love having a studio audience here. It makes it so much more rewarding.
That's great. We love you all.
But you know, my first reaction is, what the hell is Facebook gonna do with this? What is really the meaning of them buying Oculus? It just perplexes me to no end. Yes, please tell me, Gary. What do you think they're going to be doing with the Oculus?
What if? Well, that's going to happen no matter what. That may be what Gamebreaker does with the Oculus Rift. I don't know if that's what Facebook is going to do though. But yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I believe. Here's my thing. Think of this. You know how Google has mapped basically Earth, Google Earth. What if Facebook starts mapping every museum, every landmark, places in the world? Hey, want to go to Mount Rushmore? Strap in, put the Oculus on and go. Hey, you want to go to the Louvre today? Hey, you want to meet me at the Louvre Pat Crane? Let's do it. I'll meet you up. Right. Put the Oculus on. I think socially, I think they're going to leave it alone to some extent for core gaming. I don't think Facebook's going to get into core gaming. And I think there still will be games on. I know gamers are like, oh, I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear like the next Skyrim is going to be on it. I think you'll see that as well, hopefully, if it takes off. But I think Facebook's play on it is social interactions between people, friends, your family, things like that, and places and things that you could go and do. That's my take.
So they're just pissed that they didn't get in on Google Glass is basically it.
I think this could have more legs than Google Glass, to be honest with you. Google Glass is different because that Google Glass is AR, is alternate reality, and this is VR. So it's kind of totally two different sort of spaces. But I think what's happened is Google has really kind of thrusted forward and bought a lot of hardware companies, technology companies, R&D companies, like robotics, and all kinds of different ways to change the world. Facebook's been hanging back. Facebook's been making a lot of money, but they haven't really been acquiring like a lot of companies. Some, you see now they're buying a bunch of stuff this year, like WhatsApp and Instagram, and now they're getting into hardware. And I think this is the first play where they want to be Google. Facebook wants to be Google. And to do that, they need to create some big monumental experiences, and this could be one of them.
When you were talking about, hey, why don't we meet at the Louvre and all this kind of stuff, I was like going, so in the future, if we go to Total Recall universe, they would actually become Recall, the actual company that inserts it into your mind.
In your mind.
In your mind.
But there's companies, a company called MakerPort already creating a really low cost camera. I think it's about $5,000 camera that you can sit in a room on a tripod. It's got a motorized mount on it and move it around about 4 or 5 times in a room, connects just to an iPad, and it 3D scans the entire room and builds a 3D model.
Right. That's cool.
So
that's really cool.
I don't know. Gamers flipped out about this. In a weird, crazy way. I think it's actually what Oculus needs to actually get the penetration that we could then potentially even see good games. Because I think without this kind of money, we weren't going to see good games. Because developers, I talked to some developers at GDC, and I was asking them, said, hey, what's sort of the number that you think the Oculus needs to hit before you're even thinking about making a game for it? I got like the million number. Like that's a lot of units.
It was kind of when I saw it at PAX last year, I was like going, oh, this is really great. This is really cool, and they have this whole setup with it, and I tried it out, and it looked fantastic. But that was the same concern. It was, well, what's the production like on this device? What are they planning for this? How are they going to build it? And it's nice that they got backing from Facebook. However, it's also kind of weird because Facebook is kind of Big Brother-ish, in a way. I mean, they know who we are. They know our social connection.
The NSA knows. Google knows.
They know a lot more. They know a lot more than well, Google knows as well. But I mean, it's these types of companies where you look at it and you go, it just feels a little strange, and it feels like there's a disconnect because I think that everybody that I knew that already knew about Oculus was thinking, oh, this is so gamer friendly. Sure. That it just kind of came out of left field, right? So,
but I also think like you would have thought about that back in the day when Google first started buying companies. Like you would be like, they're a search engine. Why would they buy a robotics company? Like that doesn't make sense. Now Google is looked at as like this monster who does buy, maps the earth,
Amazon,
and does all these crazy things. But back in the day, they were a search engine. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? It's the same sort of thing. Right. I mean, all the jokes about Farmville on the Oculus and Candy Crush, like that's not why Facebook is buying this thing. I actually think this is like probably the best thing that could have happened for Oculus because I'll be honest, I don't think the Oculus, Farmville on your Oculus, it's gonna happen. That's going to happen.
3D Farmville, man.
I don't think without the kind of backing that Facebook can give them, I don't think the Oculus would have survived. I think it's a cool device, but I just think it would have faded away because I don't think developers would develop it for it.
Well, and it's something like Oculus has been around forever. I mean, and it's just never gotten any traction. I mean, we saw this back in the mid '90s as well. I mean, if you've watched the movie Hackers, it was in there. It was another version of Oculus. So we've had this thing around for a while, but nobody's really been able to do anything with it. So
I can't wait for everybody to try it. I've played with it. I've tried it. It's a pretty amazing product. It's got a long way to go. It's a little heavy. It's big. It's a little cumbersome. But again, that's like sort of the, now with the backing of Facebook, they can hire the best machinists, the best, manufacturers to kind of get that thing down small and cheap. Which is what it needs to be, but it's a pretty amazing experience. So, all right, coming in last today on the list. Oh, this is why you all hate EA. Now I get it. EA apologizes to Nintendo for unacceptable and stupid April Fool tweets. Now it makes sense. Oh, Peter Moore apologizing over the Twitter. Peter Moore wasn't the one who actually made the actual tweets. They were made by the Frostbite engine team. That's one of the companies who makes one of their engines. The team apparently trying to be funny on April Fool's sent out a couple tweets. They've all been deleted, but we've got them here. So the first tweet was, good news. We've finally fixed and optimized our netcode. Uses quantum entanglement for zero latency connections exclusively on #WiiU.
So not only is it not funny, it's not really intelligible for most people. Most people will look at this and go,
what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't get it.
And how is that an April Fool's joke?
Right. It's just mean. It's just like mean and silly.
Yeah.
It's
like the next one. Maybe the next one's funny. Maybe the next one's funny. Frostbite will power #Half-Life 3 coming out summer 2014 #WiiU exclusive.
Well, that one's more of an April Fool's joke. At least they're trying to have somebody buy into the belief that that's going to happen.
again.
But yeah, again, it's like
these tweets. You don't really have the funny bone.
It's falling right in here.
Yeah,
it's going in this area.
Not really funny. All right, last up. Frostbite now runs on the hashtag Wii U since it's the most powerful Gen 4 platform. Our renderer is now optimized for Mario and Zelda.
Someone in the chat room said April fails. I think that's correct. April fails.
That is correct. April fails.
There were a few. This is a good example of April fails. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised sometimes. Like a lot of, I think companies are getting a lot more lenient on the social side of things. But before a year ago, people at companies like of this size could not just like randomly tweet stuff. Like you were not allowed to just like randomly tweet stuff in the name of your company, especially. And now companies are kind of getting loose and like they're doing stuff like this. Just
right. Well, I mean, if you go to well, anywhere really. I mean, we're starting to see everybody getting into the early access for games right now as well. Early access and beta access for all these different games. Like right now, Landmark is one of them, and you can't go around the internet anywhere EQ world and not see Georgeson somewhere saying something to like everybody. He's talking to everyone about this game. And the same thing for all of World of Warcraft, and the same thing for all the developers for pretty much every game that's out there right now, or going to be in production right now. They are talking on Twitter and trying to get your input on the games as well. So,
well,
this, however, is a little bit weird.
Peter Moore had to jump back onto Twitter and send his apologies because even he realizes this was just ridiculous. So he said, "Our apologies to partners at Nintendo America and fan at Frostbite Engines. Poor attempt at April Fools not condoned by EA. Unacceptable / stupid."
Yep.
Stupid.
And they were trashed. They were deleted.
They took those down really quick. They couldn't get rid of them. Wait to get rid of those suckers. All right, Pat Crane. Follow him on Twitter at Pat Crane. And of course, go to converttораid.com. That is the Convert to Raid World of Warcraft show that airs live on the Gamebreaker TV Twitch channel every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. So get up early. And this week, you've got some special guests.
Yes, we do. We have Celestalon, Chad Nervik, who's one of the he's one of the game designers, and also community manager Zarheim, Man About Town.
Zarheim. We need a song about that one. Can you make it that? We need Zarheim.
I was actually thinking. So I have the Blame Celestalon song, but I was thinking that I would start out with blame, and then for Zarheim it would be flame. Because he's the flaming skull.
He is the flaming skull. I don't know. In my head, I hear it like some German, like Zarheim. What's the Muppet?
That's the Swedish Chef.
That's the
totally
Swedish.
different.
That's the Swedish Chef for Zarheim. That'd be his song. All right, follow me on Twitter, Gary Gannon, and follow Gamebreaker TV. We do the show live on Thursdays at 9, right after Legendary, the World of Warcraft shows. So come on over for the live show as well. And I think that's it.